Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said at least 36 rocket attacks hit Ukrainian targets Saturday, wiping out power to nearly 1.5 million people. VOA's Vanessa Melton has more.
In his nightly address to the nation, Zelensky said power had been restored to some areas already, but he urged Ukrainians to limit their consumption of electricity and be prepared for what he called stabilization blackouts. Zelensky also said Ukrainian forces are shooting down many of the missiles attacking various cities and regions, including Berlin, Odessa, Dnipropetrovsk, Mykolaiv, and Zaporizhia. He said 20 missiles were shot down in the first half of the day Saturday, including at least 10 Iranian drones. Meanwhile, Russian authorities in occupied Kherson urged civilians to leave the city immediately, warning of an advance by Ukrainian troops. The Washington Post reports Russian forces urged city residents to bring documents, clothes, and food with them. It also cited Moscow-based Telegram accounts as promising Ukrainians financial and housing assistance for moving deeper into Russia-controlled areas. Marissa Melton, VOA News.
Norwegian oil and gas workers have noticed threatening unidentified drones in the skies lately near their offshore platforms in the North Sea. VOA's Tommy McNeil reports.
With Norway replacing Russia as Europe's main source of natural gas, military experts suspect the unmanned aircraft are Moscow's doings. They list espionage, sabotage, and intimidation as possible motives for the drone flights. The Norwegian government has sent warships, Coast Guard vessels, and fighter jets to patrol around the offshore facilities. Norway's National Guard stationed soldiers around onshore refineries that also were buzzed by drones. Tommy McNeil, VOA News, Washington.
Boris Johnson was fighting on Sunday to get enough support to make a shock return as Britain's prime minister, after prominent figures on the right wing of the Conservative Party coalesced around the man once accused of betraying him, Rishi Sunak. Sunak confirmed on Sunday he would enter the competition to replace Liz Truss, vowing to tackle the country's, quote, profound economic crisis, end quote, with, quote, integrity, professionalism, and accountability, end quote. Many previous backers have told Johnson he should step aside, noting that the country needs stability after Truss's chaotic 6 weeks in power sparked turmoil on financial markets, hitting the value of the pound. Johnson was ousted by a series of ethics scandals just 3 months ago. He returned from a holiday in the Caribbean to try to secure the backing of 100 lawmakers to get onto Monday's ballot. An explosives-laden car rammed into the gate of a hotel and detonated Sunday in the center of Somalia's port city of Kismayo, and gunfire was heard immediately afterwards, a police officer and a resident said. There were no immediate word on casualties. Earlier this weekend, the World Food Program warned it's only a matter of time before Somalia is hit with a full-blown famine and people start dying in droves. Lisa Schlein reports for VOA from Geneva.
The United Nations Food Agency said it has been able to keep famine at bay in Somalia by massively increasing food assistance to millions of acutely hungry people. WFP Somalia Deputy Country Director Laura Turner said international donations have allowed increased aid, reaching nearly 4.2 million people with food and cash relief. She said the increased food aid so far has prevented Somalia's hunger crisis from reaching a point of no return. However, she warned Somalia is not yet out of danger.
We're in a desperate race against time.
Turner said in her 20-year humanitarian career, she has never experienced a looming catastrophe of such proportions. The World Health Organization reports half of Somalia's children, some 1.8 million, are suffering from this condition. Lisa Schlein for VOA News, Geneva.
Chanting crowds marched in the streets of Berlin, Washington, D.C., and Los Angeles, California Saturday in a show of international support for demonstrators facing a violent government crackdown in Iran. The movement was sparked by the death of 22-year-old Mahsa Amini in the custody of that country's morality police. And recapping our top story, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said at least 36 rocket attacks hit Ukrainian targets Saturday.
Hi, thank you for watching. I hope the videos are useful for you. Please subscribe to my channel using the button below.